Hello friends! Today we're going to do some musical math, but don't worry, it's really not that hard as long as you can count to 4. Take a look at this note right here. This is a whole note, and this note is worth 4 beats. So it's not filled in inside, it's hollow, and it doesn't have a stem sticking off of it. It looks just kind of like an O. So if you're using the Standard of Excellence, that book starts with whole notes at the beginning. So that's why every note that we play you're holding for 4 beats, because we are counting to 4 while we hold this whole note. This is a half note, and it looks kind of like the whole note, but it has a stem sticking off of it. And this note is half of the whole, which is why it's called a half note, and it's worth 2 beats. So this is twice as fast as a whole note. This is a quarter note, and notice it's filled in now. So it's like a half note, but it's filled in, it's all black. And it is a quarter of the whole note, which is why it's called a quarter note, and it gets 1 beat. So this is twice as fast as the half note, which was twice as fast as the whole note. At the beginning of your musical adventure, you will notice that there are 2 4s at the beginning of most of the music that you play. And this is called the time signature. The 4 on the bottom means that the quarter note gets the beat, which you don't really have to worry about right now as much as the top 4. That 4 means that there are 4 beats in every measure. Here we are looking at 3 measures. So from here to here is a measure, and it's closed. This is a new measure, and then it's over. This is a new measure. So this is 1, 2, 3 measures. Notice the 4, 4 at the beginning. Notice your whole note, which is worth 4. That's why he's all alone here in this measure. So we're just going to check out some different ways that we can get 4 out of the notes that we've learned so far. So the quarter note equals 1. And if we have 4 quarter notes, that's 4 1s. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. So here we go, 2 half notes, and a half note is worth 2 beats. So here it is 2 plus 2 equals 4. So you could have 2 half notes in one measure if you are in 4/4 time. So here we go, mixing it up a little bit. We've got 2 quarter notes. Each quarter note is worth 1 beat, and the half note is worth 2. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 2. That equals 4. So you might see that in a measure. Alright, now we're getting crazy. This is a rest, and a rest is when you don't play. So if you see this, that means you will be silent for however many beats it says. So this lightning bolt looking thing is a quarter rest, and just like the quarter note, it's only 1 beat. So you wait 1 beat and don't play until the next note. Here we have a half rest. And just like a half note, this is worth 2 beats, so that means you stay silent for 2 beats until the next note. And this is a whole rest, and just like a whole note, it means you stay silent for 4 beats. Now, notice it looks a lot like the half rest. How are we going to tell them apart? Okay, so we have the half rest on the left, and that's for 2 beats. And it's sitting on top of the line, and it looks a little bit like a hat. So this half rest looks like a hat. On the right is the whole rest, and it's hanging down from the line, so it looks kind of like a hole in the ground that you might not want to step in. So this is the whole rest that looks like a hole in the ground. That might help you tell them apart. I know they look a lot alike. So let's jazz it up a little bit and use some rests. Here's a half note, which is 2 beats, and a half rest, which is 2 beats. Look at how it looks like a hat. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Here's a quarter note with a quarter rest. Both of those get 1 beat, and the half note gets 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4. That could be in one measure in 4/4. Alright, bonus round. Now we're getting crazy. Here are 2 eighth notes. Now an eighth note, 1/8 note gets half of what a quarter note gets, so it's half of 1 beat. So usually you'll see 2 of them together, because 2 eighth notes together like this equals 1 beat, just like a quarter note. So this is twice as fast as the quarter note was. And if you happen to see an eighth note alone without its buddy, it looks like this. So it has a little flag sticking down on top. And usually if it's together with its friend, they'll be connected. The flag will be connected. So here we go. 1 quarter note equals 1 beat. 2 eighth notes equals 1 beat. 2 more eighth notes, that's another beat. And lastly, a quarter note is 1 beat. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. And if that wasn't beautiful enough, this is the last one, I promise. This is an eighth rest. So it looks kind of like a half a percentage sign, and it means that you stay silent for half of a beat. And this is a ridiculous example. So here we go. 2 eighth notes equals 1. The quarter note equals 1. Then we have an eighth rest with an eighth note. That still equals 1, the two of those together. And then the quarter note equals 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. I hope this wasn't too confusing. If it was, maybe check it out, see if some other people are posting some videos that might be more helpful for you. And I'll see you next time.